Alright guys, let's take a quick look at STRK or Starknet on the channel for the first time in a very long time, guys. Last time I actually looked at this was September 26, 2024. Now, that means it was all the way back, let's see, September 26th. This was this candle. So, yeah, we find ourselves way lower than that point. Now, my average is actually somewhere around here, guys. I did buy, I think, somewhere in this vicinity. And yeah, we find ourselves underwater. I mean, I have actually DCA'd a little bit into this since then. But I probably will end up DCAing a little bit more into this. But we'll see, guys. Now, I am looking at this today, and it's up 22%. So I want to take a look and see what's going on. And yeah, I mean, we do have a nice daily candle from yesterday. We did break through the resistance at 14.3 cents. Now, we need to make it up to about 19 cents here. And that would take out a range that we've been stuck in since beginning of March. So that is like 2 months of trading, guys. So let's see if we can make it there. Now, on a 4-hour time frame, we are starting to get a little bit of a pullback. But basically, we've gotten multiple candles on the 4-hour time frame green. So that is a lot of green candles in a row, guys. So do expect probably a pullback here. Let's take a look at the RSI. I want to look at the Stoke and the relative strength index here. Now, let's look at the lower time frames first since we're already there. 4-hour actually is overbought on both the RSI and Stoke and coming down, so that's not that great. 1 hour pointed heavily to the downside on the RSI and the Stoke. 15-minute time frame actually is oversold here, so that's actually not that bad on the Stoke. The RSI is pointed heavily to the downside, though. Now, daily, let's take a look here. It's actually pointed heavily to the upside, so that is good. It's in neutral territory on both. Weekly time frame actually is pointed heavily to the upside also, and it's fairly low on the RSI and pointed to the upside. So I don't think there's going to be a monthly. Let's just take a look anyways. Yeah, actually you have a tiny print right here on the month for STRK. So weekly, daily look pretty good. Lower term time frames, like I said, not so good right now, but that's just the lower term time frames, guys. This does need to cool down, I do think. But we will probably make it up to this 19 cents eventually. Now, I want to take a look at the MACD here, guys. It is on the 4-hour time frame, pointed heavily to the upside here. It's kind of a low time frame to look at it, although there isn't really a long history. But I do think if we go back long enough, this isn't probably, yeah, we're way down here. And if you look at this way up here, guys, 0.1617, we'll just say, that was back in March of 24. Now, yeah, that is actually in the beginning of its history. And so it can run a very, very, very long way, at least on the 4-hour time frame. Now, let's check the daily time frame. Yeah, you can see up here at like 0.08. So we are starting to print a little green. Actually, it's a dark green candle, so that's actually good. And let's put this on a weekly time frame. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good too. We are getting multiple greens here, and they're starting to get bigger. So MACD, in my opinion, looks okay as well. Now, let's check out the volume. I just want to see the volume in like the visible range here. Now, looking at this on a weekly time frame, let me try to zoom out as much as I can. Yeah, this does have a lot of, volume, up to about 43 cents. So that's going to be a little bit hard to get up above. Let me zoom out a little bit more, as much as I can here. Yeah, so you can see, guys, there's just a lot of volume down here. A lot of people have picked this up pretty low. And once we get above that 42 cents, that will be great. Now, once we get above about 70, let's just say 74 cents, guys, we're going to take out pretty much this whole area that we've been trading in for since like June of 2024 or so. And after that, the volume really drops off. You see it over here, guys. I think it's going to get a lot faster, to the upside here for STRK. And all-time high, guys, was way, way, way up here. And this was during the first week. It was crazy. Yeah, $7.72. Now, I remember that, guys. I was just thinking, wow, I must have missed something here. But, you know, a lot of people like to pick up, you know, these coins, and they're new. I always tell people, guys, don't FOMO for new coins. You can see, if you picked it up at $7.72 and you're sitting here at 16 cents, you got destroyed. You know, so I certainly hope it was just a small amount up there and you started DCAing or something along the way down to make your average much lower. But these new coins, guys, like I say, you got to give them some time. And even I gave it some time, guys. I picked it up, like I said, somewhere around here, around 40-something cents. And yeah, I mean, we can go here. Let's look at my average. My average now, because I've DCA'd, is only 31 cents. That's not that bad, guys. So, yeah, I'm halfway there. I do think I'll pick up a little bit more. I only have 140, guys. It's not that much. I mean, it's one of my lower holdings. So maybe we'll see in the next week or two if I get some free money. I will, you know, put a little bit more in. Now, this has a max supply of 10 billion, which is actually not that bad. That's pretty good. Only 3.1 billion are circulating. So this is very similar to SUI, which we just looked at. I just made a video on that, guys. Check that out. Now, it does have a chance like to run up like SUI, but SUI is exceptional, you know, technology. So now we are sitting 96% away from the all-time high. This says $4.41. Now, I do think it was $7.72 because I do remember that. And I'm not sure what platform this is, you know, looking at, or if it's just looking at it on a weekly time frame or something. Maybe it closed at $4.41 somewhere. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, guys. But yeah, I do think Starknet is not a bad coin to pick up. I did see something in a few places here and there about it. So I decided to pick up just a little bit, guys. So I'm not going to put my life savings into it. Like I said, it's a new coin. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I do think this is one to hold, and it could do well. You just don't know. So yeah, sitting about 21% up today, and it's number 153. You know, out of all the coins, guys, that's not that bad. You're still in the top 200, almost in the top 150, and this one I think could have a bright future. Now, if you want to stake your Starknet, guys, go to Coinando. There's only 2 deals that it found. It's on Bitrue and XT.com. However, I don't recommend XT.com, guys, just for the simple fact they stole my Casper. So, Bitrue, you know, is not that bad, I would say. So far, I've been satisfied with them. And I think I've had them just as long as XT.com, but I'm pulling off all my funds on XT.com. I still only have about $800 to pull off from there, but I had like $4,000 or $5,000 there, you know, up till very recently, guys. So I have moved most of that, and yeah, so I would recommend Bitrue. Maybe there's some exchanges here that, for example, they never put BitGet in here on Coinando, so I'm not sure why not. But check out, you know, maybe BitGet has something for Starknet. You just have to look and do your own research, though. But there is 2 deals here. But Bitrue, yeah, it's 12% and it's flexible, so that's not bad. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out some of the deals on the exchanges below. And guys, I'll see you in the next one.